Okay, you guys, let me cut to the chase here. The views and opinions expressed throughout DJ Vintage Vince Netflix 126 programming on all social media platforms, not just this one. I have many others under different names. One of them is Alt Media 5730. You can find me there. But, okay. In other words, what I'm trying to say is the views and opinions expressed throughout all my social media platforms, besides Facebook, because I quit Facebook like decades ago, like 20 years ago. I realized just how fake and awful Facebook is. I mean, nothing personal, Zuckerberg, nothing personal against you. I know, nothing personal. But business is business and BS is BS. So let me get back to the point here. Again, the views and opinions expressed throughout all my platforms, terrestrial and on the internet, contain copious amounts of psychological nudity and extreme catharsis, and viewer discretion is advised. Can we drink to that? Yeah. Oh, by the way, this portion of DJ Vintage Vince Netflix 126 programming is being brought to you by Pop Off Vodka. And it's not a paid endorsement. It's just, look, I want to give big ups to Pop Off and all the companies that make vodka, because what is the one thing that has not gone up in price and where we don't have supply chain issues with? It's liquor. But guess what? I don't drink just any liquor. I drink unflavored, pure, just plain old vodka. No additives, distilled, I don't know how many times, who cares? It's still pure. I like this because it comes in a plastic bottle, so that way I don't run the risk of breaking a glass bottle. I mean, I think that the whole issue with plastics is overrated. I mean, come on. I mean, it's not as bad as the whole scenario that happened with Flint, Michigan. I mean, yeah, like, Jesus. They had lead pipes in Flint, Michigan, and they did something different with their water treatment system that it just made all the lead leach out of all the old lead pipes. And, I mean, I have to ask myself this question: was that negligence or malice? I mean, man, talk about a disaster. Flint, Michigan, I'll never forget that. You remember that? They had, what was it? Gosh, I can't remember. But somehow they changed their water system so that the lead in all the old pipes was actually leaching out into their water system, and a whole bunch of people, including lots of small children, unfortunately, got damaged by lead poisoning. And that's no joke. We don't want that. No. Oh man, I digress. But on a brighter note, you Democrats out there who we often like to be referred to as Dummycrats, and I was about to say, I'm like, maybe I've been a Dummycrat. Maybe I never should have gotten behind this party ever. But congratulations, Dummycrats. You made me proud. You're not so dumb after all. You ditched Joe Biden. You flushed Joe Biden the same way that you guys have always talked about how you wanted to flush Rush. Rush Limbaugh, you remember him? I always liked him. Even though I didn't agree with his political viewpoints, I always liked him, though. He was really dope. Rush Limbaugh was the guy that said, doing everything with my hands tied behind my back just to make it fair. And he was not a racist in any way. Rush was definitely not a racist. I mean, his board operator, his producer, Snarly, he was a black dude. Oh man, Snarly was dope, man. Oh my gosh, Rush had it going on, bro. Even after he sold out. I mean, before he sold out, he was just like a regular rock and roll DJ. I think he went by the name of Brian Christie, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I mean, I used to adore Rush. I used to love Rush, even though I didn't agree with his political standpoint. You know, we talked about this before, Brian. I'm a very hateful person. But I don't hate without exception. There are exceptions to the rule. Okay? There really are. I mean, honestly, you've done some things recently, Brian, that have made me proud. You know, I mean, I think you're doing better than ever. And look, here's the common thread among Project High Jump, Brian. We want to scare the death out of you. Because you need to be afraid, Brian. Because, after all, you are homeless, you are in the gutter in Los Angeles. You better be freaking afraid, dude. And we're trying to make you afraid. Now, not all of us want to harm you. But we want to make you afraid enough so that you will change your situation, because it doesn't seem to be working out for you so well. I mean, how well is being in the gutter in Los Angeles working out for you, Brian? Really? How well is that? See, I'm teleprompter free, yo. Now, as for Trump, I'm angry at you. But you can rectify that in a minute. Trump, I will get behind you if you put this in writing, Trump. Former President Trump. If you put this in writing, if you get reselected, oops, Florida slip here. Oh, shame on me. I mean, reelected. Make me the chief of EPA, Environmental Protection Agency. If Scott Pruitt could do it, I could do it. You want to drain this swamp? Former President Trump, prove it by making me your chief of EPA, because I'm going to need a job. All right? As soon as you get back in the White House, former President Trump, I will need a job. Man, maybe it'll motivate me to drink a little bit less and maybe find some better options. But I can totally clean house in the EPA. The EPA has been an abject failure, and I don't think that's been Biden's fault. I don't think that's been your fault, former President Trump, because respectfully, sir, I mean, look, I'm not saying you're not all bad, former President Trump, but I'm still angry at you because thanks to you, I mean, look, prove me wrong, former President Trump, but I believe thanks to you, this is why we ended up with Biden and Bidenflation, and next thing you know, we have shrinkflation. I mean, our whole supply chain has been wiped out, man. And Brian, you've actually been covering this on your channel, and yet people don't seem to care. People don't seem to pay attention. They just want to gossip about you. They're just interested in the scandal. You know what? I'm done. I need to recollect my thoughts for a second. Maybe have some more shots for a second before I continue any further. Okay, Brian. But honestly, Brian, I love you in a platonic way. I think you've made progress. So, I will get back at you. Bye for now.